Jesus' name.
Amen. Hello, viewers. You're welcome to Moment with PJ. Here with me, I have PJ on the seat. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Today, we'll be discussing a very interesting topic. And this topic is something that has really circulated the whole internet because there are some pending issues. And what is the topic today? It's all about paternity fraud and DNA.
Paternity fraud and DNA test. Wow.
Sir, there's a Nigerian footballer that does discover that the three offspring he has, they are not his children. And there's this saga that happened late last year about there's this Nigerian musician that passed on, which they call Mohbad.
Okay.
The father has been discussing about that he wants to confirm the paternity of the so-called son that the wife Wunmi claims that she has. Then there's another ex-militant in the Niger Delta.
Wow.
He has nurtured the child for 21 years, and he was shocked that the child
It's not
is not
his.
his. You see how sad that story is. So now, sir, but before I start saying anything, we need to understand what is even paternity fraud. When they say paternity fraud, what are we talking about? We are talking about a woman making a forceful identification that a man is what directly responsible for a child. And the major reason why she's doing that is for what? Emotional and financial gains. So, sir, I'd like to ask you, in your own terms and terminology, what do you understand about paternity fraud?
Well, let us look at it from the name. Paternity and fraud is a fraud against the man.
Okay.
Because paternity fraud simply means a situation where the biological child of the biological father of a child is misplaced. All right, whether by trick, whether by lies or anything. Let us lay the foundation clearly. Yes, it is a fraud. The intention for me would determine if it's a fraud or not a fraud. And so there are various ways a man can find himself in such situation. For example, there could be the human error. At birth, a child can be misplaced. So a woman can be very innocent, faithful to the husband, but at the point of delivery, her baby is misplaced. It will be regarded as a fraud. All right?
Okay, sir.
So also there could be the place of infidelity, which is very much pronounced in our world today. Like the cases you just listed, yeah, they might be pointing to that direction. All right?
Okay.
And so, yeah, it is fraud, but we need to look at them case by case basis to know the intentions for those fraud. Yes.
Okay, sir. I also talked about DNA test.
Yeah.
That is, we are talking about the genetic test. That is what we call deoxyribonucleic acid. In order for you to know, okay, the paternity, that who is the biological father of a particular child.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you in this direction. We know this case of paternity fraud is very rampant.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask, what sponsors it?
Yeah, it is a fallout of the decadence in humanity. If it is established that the cause of the fraud is infidelity, then it is the nature of man. It is the nature of man. And it has always been there. It's just that there's an enlightenment and there is an availability of information on how to get the DNA test done. Many years ago, we don't have it done in Nigeria, for example. I learned to go to South Africa to doing that. So who can afford that? But today, we can do that in the country. Technology has so much advanced. So it has always been there. Why is it happening? One is the nature of man. It's a fallout on the human nature.
Okay.
I get what I'm saying.
Yes, I get you.
Call it sin or anything. It's a fallout of the deprived nature of man on the part of the woman. Many things could cause it. I get what I'm saying.
I'm getting you.
But it shows that man by nature is unpure. Man by nature is unholy. Man by nature is corrupt. By nature, the nature of man has that high propensity to commit crime. Many have done theirs unnoticed, but there is massive enlightenment. You see, this generation we are in, and many to come, they are driven by knowledge.
That's true.
So the things we did in the past that we swept under the carpet, no. It's blown up.
Okay. So, in this particular case we are treating, I would like to ask, what is the consequence when the man has discovered that okay, he has been frauded? What is the consequence
the
on the mother,
consequence, okay.
on the child, and the father itself, the man in question, when he has discovered?
I'm happy you added consequences on the woman, because this is one big secret she has kept, die silently about. Yes, we condemn them for that, but trust me, it's not easy on them to consider such a matter. I get what I'm
Okay.
saying. So the consequences affect both the father, the mother, and the said child. For the father, it is more grievous because he had grown to loving that child. Let's forget about the finances. He has invested emotion in that child, calling him or her son or daughter. There's been that emotional bond, emotional attachment. Then, of course, using a child is finance. So there is also that financial pain. And so we cannot quantify, but certainly the consequences on the man is huge. He's wasted his resources. He's wasted his emotion on the woman, his emotion on the child, because he loved the lady, emotions were involved. He loved the child, emotion was involved.
Yes.
Also, so there's also the financial part. So the totality of that man honestly come to a stop. Then on the woman is a huge pain. It's a pain. Like I said, it's been a secret she's been keeping for years. Forget all the cover up. She's been dying that thing doesn't come out. So the day it comes out, two things happen. Finally, it has caught up with me. He that is down, need fear no fall. You're going to cost her her reputation, you're going to cost her her pride, cost her her name, her family's name will be dragged to the mud. Everything about her comes to ground level. Then for the child,
Yeah.
the child suffers rejection. Because consciously or unconsciously, the father begins to resent that child. Not because he wants to, but because that heart sees that child as a stranger. And so that child is going to have rejection from the father. And trust me, no one child deserves to be rejected by the father. So the consequences causes across the three of them.
Okay. Yes, I get you. That is going to have a psychological effect and an
The
emotional
trouble.
effect
Exactly.
on the
Yes.
child.
Yes.
So, what are the clues or the signs a man sees before he says he wants to go and conduct a DNA test on a child? What are the likely signs that a man can see? You know, if a man sees that, I don't think I have this kind of nature or character, that this boy is the victim. So, what are the signs or the clue that a man can discover or can say, okay, I need to go and conduct a
Yeah,
secret?
let me knock out that point of character. Character may not be what cannot be that. Why? Every child we have is a function of many parents. It has my gene, my wife's gene, my parents' gene, my wife's parents' gene. Okay, so my child may not behave like me, may not behave like my wife, but can behave like her grandchild, her grandparents. And so character may not really be the reason to check. Most times, what brings this thing to the fore are medical challenges. When the child takes ill, and then they need to perform one or two transfusion, discover, oh, the blood doesn't match, and so it can draw attention to that. So basically, it is medical reasons that could make that happen. Now, that being said, Within the marriage, a man may begin to doubt the integrity of his wife, and so might want to go and try to do these things behind her back. And I can tell you for free, many men have conducted DNA tests that passed, but they'll keep quiet. Because if their wife dares know that, oh, this man did this behind me, again can break the marriage. Because the act of going to confirm via DNA test is a sign of doubt.
You don't trust her.
I don't trust her. And so when I go and it is positive, I'll just keep quiet. Yeah, shouldn't hear.
So, sir,
Yes.
from what you just said, that do you need the consent or approval of your wife to go and conduct a DNA test?
Now, the truth of the matter is, what brings about the DNA test? One, when you suspect there is this incompatibility medically. Number two, when you start suspecting the case of infidelity in your partner. Or thirdly, the issue of character you talked about. There are some behavioral traits that can make a man say, "But now, this one know they my family." Okay, that could cause it. Now, but if both parents needed to be involved, conversation or communication for me is important at this point. If a man, let's go and run DNA test. The moment a man raises that, the woman's mind is already spinning 360 degrees. Why would my husband ask me to go for a DNA test? Does he does not trust me? So because of the impact negatively on your spouse, most men do these things secretly. And like I said, some men have done these things secretly, and they found out that, oh, thank God, oh, they are mine. They will just tear the report and close their mouth because of the negative impression you're going to be creating in the mind of the woman.
Okay.
I get what I'm saying. And so, is it advisable both couple go for it? The answer is no. The answer is no. Except there are cases that may warrant that. You see, we must. I believe medically we're coming to that point where, at the point of birth, a child is tested.
That's true.
Don't be surprised. A doctor can pay a father can now pay the medical doctor. Can you please conduct a DNA on this child a day?
Is that not a prenatal test
No, prenatal test, no. At delivery.
at delivery? Okay.
At delivery. Of course, they have the baby's blood sample.
Yes, sir.
They can even check. They just take a blood sample, go.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, I understand you.
It is something that is an issue you can't just throw up. Because the issue of that DNA test is embedded in distrust. In distrust. Trust me, when a man does that and finds that the children are his, he can be losing his wife for that. Or is going to be begging from now to eternity for the wife's heart. Again, it's going to become a pride to the woman. I get what I'm saying. So it's something dicey, but it is now necessary. Not because of the incessant cases, but because of the nature of man. A lot can happen. I heard of a case. I don't know how true it is. How a medical doctor, a nurse, swapped this baby at birth. Why? She had a friend who had 3 female children, and the man is threatening her that if this pregnancy you have happens to be another female child, I will send out of my house. And she came and met her friend who was a nurse, who is a nurse. Now, at the day of her delivery, she gave birth to a baby girl. But on that same day, another woman gave birth to a baby boy. So the nurse, mischievous, swapped the baby and gave the baby boy to the one that had baby girl. And I getting me?
I get
So
you.
he saved the girl's her friend's marriage while this family starts suffering medically until they get to trace the woman. So apart from infidelity, nurses or medical practitioners can be mischievous. And so it's not too quick to conclude that, oh, your wife or my wife cheats. That's why our baby is not our baby. What if such an incident play out? I watched one yesterday, sir. Permit me. They did the man did a DNA test and found that their child is not their child. Why? He is AA, the wife is AS. So by all indication, they cannot have an SS child. But that happened to be SS. So that propelled him to go run the test and discovered that child is not his. Now the wife came and knelt down, was swearing by everything. You met me a virgin. You're the first man that ever met me. I never slept with any man. Can we please go and do this test again to confirm if indeed this child is not ours? Do you understand?
I get you.
What if they do and the case still confirms that the child is not there or not the man's? Apparently, and if she's so sure that she never knew any man, then it could be a case of swap. So these are the causes, all right. But basically, when you talk about DNA, what comes to mind is distrust, and so is a part as a man before you take, you weigh your options properly. It can make or mar your marriage afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, viewers. I hope you are enjoying this particular topic we are discussing about. Please don't forget to subscribe on this our channel. It will be well appreciated. PJ,
Yes.
there is this how should I call it, a belief or a perception that some set of people have in this world that if they conduct a DNA test on all the firstborn of every family, they will realize that most of the child is not or is not the father that owns it. Do you?
Well,
What's your take about that?
I will not say no. You know, look at what's happening around. It's appalling. You know, the number of cases you are hearing. Like I said, these things have been happening. Many persons have been getting away with it. You know, okay, the child doesn't fall sick, and so there's no need for medical, whatever it is. Well, that does not translate to mean every first child, 50% or 60% wouldn't belong to their biological father. Okay. But the idea is we cannot trust the system as it is. Nurses have damaged the system. I can tell you that. Besides infidelity, I want to speak of the female gender with respect. All right. We cannot sit here and condemn all the women because a few have done what they did wrong. We can also put the blame on medical practitioners who did not keep to their oath of office. All right. But like I said at my opening thought, it's a fallout of the deprived nature of man. You see, because of my office, there are cases where a young lady is going into marriage and she decides to go and give her ex a goodbye sex. I've heard that before. I handled the case and I find it very appalling. What's wrong with you? Your marriage is on Saturday. You get to tell your ex goodbye on a Thursday. What if in the process, the two of you become intimate and you got pregnant in the process? Who do you think she will give? Certainly her husband. So there are things our sisters, our women are not doing right. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I know they are in their marriage, but they still have contact with men who are supposed to be dead in their minds. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get you.
And now let us ask ourselves, why would a woman do that and not tell her husband? So they don't plan it. Oh, maybe it's just one fling and then pregnancy came and they are scared of abortion. Oh, because I'm under a man, let me give it to him. Maybe one of my ex, I just came back from outside the country. How are you? Oh, this is where you live. Can I see you in my hotel room? Okay, I will come. But I'm married, you know. Listen, you don't eat with the devil. People say if you want to eat with the devil, eat with the devil with a long spoon.
Long spoon.
You do not eat with sin with a long spoon. It doesn't work. So most of them that have such experiences, it's not because they want to have a child for them. It's because they made an error, a mistake in having extramarital affairs. They regret it. They cry about it. But the result, they cannot just take it off. They have to keep it. I can tell you, many women in the marriage are getting pregnant for men outside their husbands, but they took it off. That is the gospel truth. We are being factual here. I get what I'm saying.
Inside the marriage.
Inside the marriage.
And they took it off.
Of course, yes.
Because it is embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
Like, yes, I cited a case. There's a case I was listening to on the internet 2 days ago. Ari Song is a Nigerian musician. He was talking about that during the course of his marriage with his wife, that during their marriage, that his wife got pregnant for another man.
Yes, one thing we should know about
Those are social media
so
stuff.
apart from social media, divorced couples,
Yes.
anything they tell, don't take it for real. Okay, because they are yet to heal, and so they're going to be stabbing each other.
Yes.
They want to win, all right, but without mentioning names. Those listening to us, they know it's possible that within the confines of their marriage, they have met men that are not their husbands. Some resulted to pregnancy, some didn't, and they're happy about it. Now, for it's the few that resulted to pregnancy that don't want to go to that wrong route, that we now see to have this paternity fraud. What is the solution? Stay faithful to your partner. Just stay faithful to your partner. The annoying one to me is when a pastor's name will be called into such nonsense. I don't want to go there, but it's annoying.
Thank you, PJ, for honoring us for today. We'll wait for the next one, then we'll discuss more about. Hello, viewers. Thank you for watching this particular episode. Please stay tuned for the next one. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It is highly needed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you.